guys. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. What should we do today? Website authoring, right?
Practical.
Website authoring. Last week we did data analysis of paper 3. The remaining component is website authoring. Okay, as I told you before, paper 3 comprises two main components: website authoring and data analysis. Data analysis is using Microsoft Excel. We covered most of the things for this component. I think I promised you to make extra video for the remaining features that we did not explain during the paper 3 of 2020 summer and winter. Inshallah, I will be able to do that this week because last week I was too much busy with the other classes. Okay, inshallah, we will do the same thing. We will do a website for the summer paper. After we finish, we do the website for the winter paper, right? But the challenging part here is for website authoring, there are many ideas that need to be covered, and two papers is not enough. Okay, you need, for example, in this paper, we will have scenario. Maybe if we choose a different paper, we will see some different scenario. Okay, this is why I tell you all the time: practice, practice, pick up, practice the ones that we give, and practice extra past papers. Okay, this is the paper that we have today. It's summer 32 2021. Okay, and I skipped this part and I did the analysis part. So today we are doing from the beginning, which is website authoring. The first instruction, as you can see here in the page, is you have been supplied with the following source files. So you know all from where you can download the source files, right? I shared with you the link, right? Yeah, so download them
Yeah.
from you have them already from the previous week. You should have them. So no need to download for this paper because we have it from the previous week. Okay, what files do we have? We have banner. This one we did it, camera, housing, and sales. We did it last week, right? So this week we are dealing with the JPG files. 6 files, 6 JPG files. We also have one TXT file, and we also have one CSS file. So in total, we have 8 files. Do not touch these because they are associated with the data analysis. Okay. Maybe before I start, I need one of you to remind me about the 3 layers of website authoring. Last year we discussed this topic, right?
Yeah, I think we mostly forgot. Is it the CSS, HTML, those?
Yeah, but what's the name of the layer?
Like the actual stuff and then the designing
The content layer.
design layer.
It's called presentation. It's design, but the name is presentation layer. And the last one is behavior layer. You
Right.
need to know each one, what's the purpose of each one. For the content layer, I think you all know that the content layer is mainly concerned with the content of the web page. What are the things that can be added to the web page, like the text, the images, the tables, the videos, the sound, the links, and so on. There is a tag in HTML to add each element. So it's not the first time for you to program. Last year we did it. In grade 8 you did it. And this year you will do it again for the content layer. What is the tool that we are going to use here? HTML. Okay. For the presentation, it's also called design layer. Presentation layer is concerned with the appearance of the things on the web page. So you did add the things, okay, and it's time now to make them looking eye-catching, okay, more beautiful. So what can you add here? You can add CSS. In the presentation layer, we add what? CSS. CSS is concerned with formattings like colors, backgrounds, uh, margins, layouts, those enhancement features of the web page. Okay. Okay. So if we want to enhance the appearance of the web page, so we add the CSS. Is CSS same or similar? No, it's different. It's totally different. So when you type the code of the HTML, you follow specific rules. And if you are typing CSS code, you are following completely different rules. This is why some students are confused in the exam. When they start styling the sheets, they type tags of HTML inside the CSS. Okay. Remember, from now on, we are not allowed to include HTML inside CSS. CSS is different. Uh, do you still remember what kind of tool did we use last year for code?
Carrot. Yeah,
Carrot,
carrot
yeah.
on the
We were not
Chrome
using
extension.
this one this year. It was web browser based tool, right? We use the web browser, or in the exam normally we do not use online tools. We use offline. This is why I will show you today how to use Expression Web 4. Maybe you can download it from the internet. It's from Microsoft. It's not the best. I will not. It's not the best one available. Maybe you have another alternative. You can use it. If it's up to you, because in the exam, students have the freedom of choosing any editor that they want. Some students came to me last year, teacher, we do not need this. We are familiar with Atom, for example, Atom or Dreamweaver, or any other software. So just I asked the students to come to me enough time before the final exam. So I install their software in the computer lab. But for you, the computer lab is already ready for using Expression Web 4 from Microsoft. Okay. Why do we need to use Expression Web 4 or any similar software? Because it helps us to make the code faster and also easier way to code the things. Okay. Normally in the exam, they will not say use Expression Web to do this. They ask you to type the code, okay, or to create a web page. Okay. So let's start with task number one, which is the evidence document. I think you are all familiar what is evidence document and how to create it. So I will not waste time here. I will just create a word processing document. I am presenting, right?
Yes,
Mm.
yes, teacher.
Okay, so what evidence document is needed? We did not create it for summer paper because for the Excel we did not have evidences, right? This is why we did not create it last time. But for website authoring, we have some evidences, so we need to create this file. What should I do first? After opening the word processing, make sure your name, center number, candidate number are there. What should I do? Just open the header, double click the header. From header, choose three column header, and to the left type your name. In the middle, put email center number, and to the right, put your candidate number. Then close the header. Now it's ready, except that you need to save it. What name should you use? This one, right? So I will copy it. Okay, let me copy it again. Copy. And then from file, save as. Where should I save it? I should save it in my folder or for the boys. I did it. It's where past papers, summer, boys. Then I paste, and then I change here to MY963. And this one I change 0017, which is my candidate number, and then I click. Make sure that it's a Word document, not RTF. Click Save. Okay, your evidence document is ready. Move to the next step. The next step is image processing step. Okay, image processing is not needed for all website of exams. Okay, it's needed sometimes. So what kind of image processing we do? Mostly we need simple image processing tasks like cropping an image, rotating an image, changing the resolution of an image, changing the depth of an image. So simple things. Actually, you can use any software, but that is offline because there are thousands of online tools, and these online tools are not allowed because there is no internet connectivity during the exam time. So I'm not sure if the one that we have in Windows is able to do everything. Maybe you can use Paint, Microsoft Paint, right?
Yeah, that's the one we used last year, I think.
Right? Or yeah, there are other tools, but some of you asked me to use Photoshop. Anyway, Photoshop is also there in our computer labs. I use the light one, the light version, the small one, because Photoshop, the original software, is too heavy on the computer system and the RAM. So maybe I can share with you this version of. It's called Portable Photoshop. Okay, portable means it's small Photoshop version. Anyway, you will not do Photoshop designing. Okay, it's not. It's just image simple tasks. Okay. Uh,
Yes.
remind me later on to share with you the link of Photoshop and the video on how to install it to your computer. Okay, if you do not have it. If you have it, you can just start using it. Okay. So let's see the question. Image editing and file management. File management means just creating a folder. This is file management. So you need to create a folder called UMP. Okay, UMP is short for what? For the name of the company that we are working for. Okay, so I will open your folder, Summer Boys, and here I will create a new folder with the name UMP. And I hit enter. So this is my UMP folder. Done. Locate these files, the images, the TXT and the CSS files, and copy them, put them inside this folder. So I will open the source files, maybe order by type. What are the images? 1, control 2, control 3, 4, 5, 6, plus the CSS, plus the TXT. Do not copy the CSV, okay? Just the images, the CSS, and the TXT. Then click right and then copy. Go back to the UMP folder, boys, UMP, and then click right, paste. Yes, that's it. So done. Open the file diver in a graphics package. It does not say Photoshop, right? Any graphics package. It can be Photoshop, it can be anyone, any other one. But what I'm going to use here is Photoshop, okay? If you can try using Microsoft Paint, maybe try and tell me if it works or not. I'm not sure. But let me open Photoshop. Photoshop, I saved it where? In this here. C Photoshop. This is the file. Mm, because my computer is protected by password, I think it will ask me to provide the password. Yes. I don't think that you will be required to enter your password, maybe, unless you are protecting your system by a password. Okay. So let me provide the password and wait for a while. Okay. So give it some time to open Photoshop. What we need to do in this graphic package, we need just to crop the image so that all of the diver is visible, and it is 1600 pixels wide by 3000 pixels height. Can we know what is the current width and the height of the image of this image?
Yes, we can.
From where?
Photoshop.
I can see the
I
date.
don't know.
I can see the type. I can see also the sizes of the images. I can see the extension JPG, but I cannot see the width and the height. How to show it? From view here, there is an option to show the content. If you click content, you will see extra information here. What is the extra information that you can see now? Yeah, the dimensions. Where is the diver? This one, right? What is the dimension? The current dimension. The width is 4,000.
4,000 by 3,000.
And this one, the height is 3,000. Actually, this is too big to be shown on one screen, right? Maybe you need to scroll up and down if you open it. Let's try to open it to see. Yeah, it's actually, if I open it in the web browser, it will be, because this software adjusted to be fit in one screen, okay? But actually in the web browser, it will be like this. So you need to scroll up and down, okay? So the question is asking you to change what? The width only, right? Because the height is already 3,000. The width is 4,000. So I need to change the width to what? 1600, right? So how do I change it? Crop the image. So do I need to crop the height or the width? Yeah.
Height.
You need to crop the height because you want to change the width, right? Meaning that don't change the 3,000, which is the height, right? So crop from the left and the right to show only the diver on the screen. Where is the? Let me open it on Photoshop. Just file, open. This is Photoshop, okay? Where is it? Is it the same folder? Let me check. This one is girls. So I go back, summer, boys, UMP. This one, right? Open it. Okay. Okay, don't the height is okay, 3,000. But I want to crop the width so that I can see the diver. So I think it's good idea to start from the top, right? Start from the top because I don't want to cut the height. Like this. Okay. So I'm cropping this middle part of the image. This one to the left will be removed, and this part to the right will be removed. How? From image menu here, what do we choose? Huh? Crop. Is it enough? No, we need to change the size, right? So from image, what do we choose? Size. What's the size now? The height is still, alhamdulillah, 3,000, but the width is not 100.
It could be 1,600.
Yeah. So we type what here?
1,600.
But make sure that it's not. Do you know aspect ratio? Aspect ratio. I need to explain this.
Yes, teacher. If we change the width, the height will also change.
Yes,
So we shouldn't do
good,
that.
good, alhamdulillah. Aspect ratio must be maintained. If it said aspect ratio maintained, that means what? Any change in the height must followed by automatic change in the width. Any change in the width must followed by automatic change in the height. This is what we mean by what? Aspect ratio maintained. In this question, it does not state it explicitly if it is maintained or not. But can you tell me if is it maintained or not in the question here, and why?
It's not because the ratio of 1,600 to 3,000 isn't the same as 3,000 to 4,000.
It's not mentioned explicitly. Number one, right? It's not mentioned to maintain the aspect ratio. This statement is not there in the question. Number two, the width and the height are mentioned. Okay, the height is 3,000, the width is 1,600, meaning that do not maintain aspect ratio. If both of them are mentioned, it means implicitly that do not maintain aspect ratio, because I need the width to be specific number and the height to be specific number. Got the idea? If one of them is mentioned only, even if it does not say maintain aspect ratio, implicitly it implies that we need to maintain aspect ratio. So aspect ratio means the change and of width will imply a proportional change in the height and vice versa. In Photoshop we do not have this word. In Microsoft Word we have it. Aspect ratio maintained like this in Microsoft Word. Photoshop we have it here. Do you know what is it in this window?
Photoshop?
We have something here.
Aspect ratio.
What is it?
Constraint proportions.
This is the one. Constraint proportions means aspect ratio maintained. So if you put a tick here, you will see that 3,000 is proportional with 1,336. And you see that here the width and the height are connected. You see this connection? But in our case, we do not want this. So I will remove this aspect ratio from here, and I will change this one to 1,600. Okay? If you do not remove this and you change this one to 1,600, you see the height is not 3,000. Because of what? Because of this. So I will remove it again. I will remove it and type 3,000. Now it works, right? Then click OK. The last step is save. Yes, you need to save this image in your folder UMP, but change from JPG to PNG. You know this format? This is another format of pictures, PNG. And change the name to diver999 means your number. Okay, so how to save the file? From file, save as. Is this your folder? Boys UMP, yes. So what should I type here? Diver underscore 0017, my number. Change the JPG format to what? PNG. Is there PNG option here? Can you see it? This one.
Yes.
This one, right? PNG.
Yes.
Yeah. And then click save. Okay. And then okay. That's it. This is how you save. If you open your folder, I think I need to wait or refresh, right? Where is it? It takes some time. You see it, boys? Yes. Maybe it needs time. Yes. Can you see it now?
Yes, teacher.
It's PNG. What's the dimension? Can you see this small box on the screen?
1500 and 3000.
Yeah. But what about the original one?
4000 and 3000.
And it's JPG. So meaning that we did our image processing task successfully. What other things that you need to do with the Photoshop? So today we did crop, we did image size, not maintaining the aspect ratio. We did save, right? But sometimes they ask you, maybe they will ask you to do some extra task like rotation, rotate left, right, flip horizontally, vertically, rotate with a specific angle, right? Or maybe they ask you to do from mode here. They may ask you to change the depth of the image. There are three options for the depth of the image: 8 bits channel, 16 bits per channel, 32 bits per channel. The bits per channel, if you increase the bits per channel, meaning that you increase the number of colors used to decode the image. Okay, so instead of, for example, 1 million color, you may use 16 million colors. If you use 16 million colors, the image will be brighter and the resolution will be maybe can be used for high definition images, right? So sometimes they may ask you to reduce the depth. Sometimes they may ask you to increase the depth. If reduced from images, change to 8. If increased, maybe you make it 16 or 32. Sometimes they may ask you to change the resolution instead of the width and the height of the image. They ask you to change the resolution. It will do the similar effect. How? From image size, but this time do not change width and height. Instead, change what? Resolution. Okay, it's pixels per inch. Resolution means how many pixels per inch do we have in this picture. If you increase the pixels per inch on the screen, that means the definition will be higher. The better quality, the picture quality will be better, right? If you make it less, that means the pixel per inch will be less, and it will not be good quality, right? So normally
Yes.
for images, we do not need these big pictures that we have now. We need smaller sized pictures. Why?
Because big pictures will take up space unnecessarily. So you can like just see what you need to see.
I did not get your answer because you were talking with Ahmed at the same time. Say it again.
Big pictures will take up space unnecessarily. So you can just crop them to have what you actually want to see.
This is one reason. Yeah. Extra space unnecessary. What else? Ahmed?
Another reason could be for speed. So since you're going to be putting this in a website, having a really big picture can
Yeah.
slow down the
Yeah.
or ruin the experience.
Yeah, thank you for both of you. So downloading and uploading will be slower, right? If you have, especially if your internet connection is not good, it will take too much time for the web page to be uploaded to the browser. Okay. So if we have PNG files with smaller sizes, it will be better, right? Sometimes they give you big images to ask you just this question, and I think Ahmed and Zaid can answer it properly, right? For you, you also need to know how to answer this question uh, because it's one of the questions that are repeated in the exam. Why do we need to include smaller sized images in our web page? And they give you intentionally, purposely, they give you big images. Okay, and they challenge you to adjust. And by the way, this one actually, your friends last year during summer exam, they struggled a lot because of these big images. When they view the images on the web page, it's too big. So teacher, what can we do with this? And the main problem during the summer last year, they give the sizes in percentage, not in pixel, and the students were trained to do it in pixels. So when they come, they work as if the numbers are pixels. The numbers are not pixels in this exam. In this specific paper, it's not pixel. It's all percentages. So instead of telling you that this is 90 pixel, they are telling you that it's 90%. So 90% is different from 90 pixels. So if you put it 90 pixels, you will see some different output.
So 90% of the original image, right?
Yeah, 90% of the original image, or 90% of the screen, or 90% of it depends on the. We will see that. Okay. So we will struggle a little bit here with this paper, but it's a good one, so that you can do the others. The others are easier than this one. Okay. What's the next step? Yes, display the contents of UMP folder, showing the folder name, all files names, extensions, image dimensions, file sizes, and take it as a screenshot. Okay, so is this one suitable for this evidence? No.
Teacher, can you go back to the evidence?
I see the folder name here, the file names okay, the extension okay, but I cannot see the size, I cannot see the dimensions, right? So what should I do? From view, I change to content. I'm not sure if you are using Windows 11. Mine is Windows 11. So from Windows 11, you create view and then content. If you are using Windows 10, maybe it's something similar, but not the same. Okay, so try to find content. So if you show it in in the content mode, you see something like this. Now I can see the folder name, the file names, the extensions, the date modified, the size, the dimensions. Everything is shown properly, right? So what do I do next? Windows Shift S, right? Take the screenshot from the address bar until the end of the image, like this. Okay, and then open your evidence file, type evidence number 1, click enter, and then paste. Okay, this is the first evidence. Do you like it? Okay, alhamdulillah, we've done with that. Now let's move to the web page task. So all of that task is called image and file management, image editing and file management. We haven't started yet with the HTML. Now it's time to start our HTML task. That was just a preparation. What should we do here in this image, in this web page task? We are going to create a web page and a style sheet. Web page is HTML, style sheet is CSS. To show examples of underwater macro photography. This one UMP, this one the maybe company, or right, UMP. The web page and the style sheet must work in any browser. I think this statement is useless. Why? What does it mean? Sometimes some HTML tags or some CSS formats are work for specific type of browsers. Maybe working for Chrome, but not for Safari. Maybe it works for Opera, but not for Microsoft Edge. Okay, so we need to avoid these commands that work for specific browsers. You need to use the ones that are applicable or compatible with all browsers. I don't think that we are going to learn these specific things. So don't worry about this one. Inshallah, it will work for all browsers because we are using general commands. Then, all color codes except those provided in the source files must be in hexadecimal. You still remember color codes?
Yeah.
Yeah, we use
It's like
which
from 0 to
we use
155.
RGB, right?
Yeah.
For example, if it's red, we type what?
FF0000.
Yeah, FF0000, and so on. I think you still remember from last year. Anyway,
Some.
do not worry about that because they will give you the code, the hexadecimal, the hexadecimal code. For red, I don't think that they will tell you what is the code of red or green or blue because it's simple and you can memorize it. But for the other colors, Okay, white, black, red, green, blue. These 5 colors you need to memorize. The other colors, they will give you the code. Okay. Okay, step number 2. Create a web page called ump.htm. By the way, HTML is the same as HTML. So if you put HTML or HTML, it's the same, equal. Okay. So which software are we going to use? Expression, Microsoft Expression Web 4. Okay, this one. Do you have it in your computer? None of you.
No.
Again, I will share with you the video on how to install Expression Web and how to install Photoshop. Okay, later on.
Okay.
If I do not do that, remind me through WhatsApp. Okay, this web page must be created using a single table, and this table is shown here, and must work in all browsers. Same thing that we here discussed before. The table must be 90%. See, every year they tell you instead of 90%, they may say 600 pixels or 400 pixels or 900 pixels like this. But this year in 2021 summer, it says 90%, meaning that if your screen, let's say, is 17 inches, what is the 90% of these 17 inches? You need to use this amount of the screen. Okay.
Yes.
So simply do not use pixels, use percent instead. If you are familiar with pixels, just change to pixels. Which one is the default one, pixels or percent? The default one means the one that is shown when you open your editor.
Pixels.
It's pixels. This is why some students forget to change to percent. By default, it's pixels, not percent. So you have to change it manually to percent. I will show you how to do that. This is the table that we have. Do we need to type these words inside the table?
No.
What are these?
Information.
Just instruction. This is cell A, cell B, cell C, D, E, F, and so on. Cell A, they need you to make the height 50%. The width for B is 30%, 20%, and so on. So it's just like instructions, question, right? So they don't want you to include them in the table. Okay, tell me first how many rows and how many columns do we have for this table? How many rows?
1, 2, 6.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many columns?
3.
3. 1, 2, 3. So 3. So it's 6 by 3 table. Okay. For each cell inside the table, we need to know, for each cell, we need to know the width, the height, the span. Okay? The width, the height, the span. For example, cell A. What is the width? What is the height? What is the span?
Width is 100%.
Width 100% because it occupies all the table width, right?
Yeah.
100%. Height?
Height is 15%, I think.
Height is 15%. It's mentioned here. So width is not mentioned, but you can figure it out, right? It's easy.
You
100.
have to do math.
Span?
That one we done. We forgot.
Span, it's either to be span over rows or span over columns. Merge columns or merge rows. Okay.
Oh, here we're merging the columns.
Originally, this cell was how many cells?
3.
3 rows or columns?
3 columns.
3 columns. So span, column, span, 3. Got the idea?
Yes.
Let's take cell D. Cell D. Can you tell me what is the width? What is the height? What is the span?
Width is 40%.
Width is
Height is
40%. Height
Height is
is,
60.
how do you know that height is 60%? It's not mentioned here.
Because A is 15, K is 25, and then the rest is
No,
B.
no, not A. BEGI only,
B, E, G.
right?
Yeah, you can add them. You can add them, or you can do 100 minus A and minus K.
Or yeah, okay, Zed. I know that you are smart enough to challenge
So I'm not
me.
gonna.
Okay, so B is 20 plus 10, 30 plus 20, 50 plus 10, 60. So the height is 60%. Okay. What about the span?
Yes.
Originally, how
Row
many
span.
cells? Rows or columns?
Row.
So row span equals 4. Got the idea? 1, 2, 3, 4 cells originally mixed or merged together to make one cell. Huh? K is similar to A, right? So I need not to do that. Can you tell me about F? Cell
F
F.
is height 10%,
The
and
width
width
is
seems 30%.
30% because the same width of C, right?
Yeah,
The height is
10%.
10% because it's the
The same
same
as E.
height of E.
Yes.
The span, no
Span is
span,
just
no
normal span.
span. So this one, 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 no span, no span here. Okay, this one, and this one, we have span. Column span 3, row span 4, and here column span 3. This is all what you need to know about tables. Last year I asked you to do it using Carrot manually. You typed everything manually, right? This year I'm giving you a faster way to do using this software here. So let's start with the first step. Yes, create the web page. We haven't created it. We have when you open the when you open this expression web, it will create automatically one web page for you. You just need to save it. Okay, file, save as, and you need to put it in your folder. Where is my folder? It's in the desktop. Then past papers, summer, boys here. So I'll UMP. Open UMP and put it here. What shall I name it? ump.htm. ump.htm. And then click save. That's it. This is how you create a web page. It's saved now, ump.htm. You see, when you open the expression web, we have two main sections here: section for code, section for display. So any code that you put here, the result will be shown here. Anything that you add here, the code will be shown here. So this is called the split mode. Split mode means you can see the code, you can see the result. But if you click design, you see design, split, and code. If you click design, you see only the design, the appearance or the output. If you click code, you see only the code. If you click split, you see both the design and the code. Okay? So we are now doing HTML, no CSS yet. Okay? Okay,
Yes.
how to insert the table. Either you type the code, if you know the code, how to do the code here inside the body section, right? If you do not know how to do the code, you can click on the design section, go to table menu, and then insert table. From here, how many rows do we have?
Rows we have 6.
How many
Columns
columns?
3.
The width of the table is 100%, but in the question is 90%, right?
Yeah.
So I change 100 to 90%. Make sure that this one is percent. Okay.
Sure. This is the program we will use in the school, right?
Yeah, already. I already installed this one to school's computer.
Okay.
Okay. Then click OK. Can you see the table? It's here. Can you see it?
Yeah.
3 columns
Yeah.
and 6 rows. And here, can you see the code?
Yes.
Did I type this?
No.
No,
No.
I did not type anything. I just insert and the code is created automatically. And you see table, style, width, 90%. TR means row. TD means cell. What's this inside each cell in BSP? This is just a space, means there is no content. So you, later on, you can remove this and put the content. The content can be image, can be text, can be anything, right? So this is empty table. What should I do? As I told you, what's this? Yes. We should do the three things: the width, the height, and the span for each cell. Okay. Let's start with cell A. Cell A is these three cells together. 1, 2, 3, right? What should I do to change the width, the height, and the span?
Yeah.
Either you know the code, but I'm not. I'm sure that you do not know the code. So click right. Which option do you choose now?
Cell properties.
Yes, cell properties. Cell properties. From here, you can change the width and the height, and we have another step to change the span. The width and the height is
We
here.
already know.
By default is what?
Pixels.
We need to change to what?
Percent.
Percent. Okay, cell number A. What's the height? What's the width? 100.
Yeah. What is
What's
the
the height?
Height's 15.
15, 1, 5. Click OK. That's it. So it will make it like this. Width. Oh, I did it for. Yeah. Width 100 and then 15. But I don't want them to be three cells. TD, TD, T. I want them to be one cell. What should I do? Span. Column span. So I click right on the cell. Modify. Which option?
Cell properties again.
No.
Merge cells. Merge cells.
Merge cells. When you merge cells, it will make them one cell. How many cells do I have now? Only one. And the column span is 3. That means all these 3 columns become one cell only. I think it's clear now. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Why the 100 is not shown?
Because default is 100.
Yeah, by default it's 100 the width, right? So if you do not put the width, it's 100 by default. But if you want to choose, I want it to be shown, for example, can I do that? Yes, I can. Percentage, apply. Okay. I want to show it. Height, width. Now it's fine, right?
Yes.
Let's do this one, D. Okay, D, I will select this one, this, and this, right? Let's do the span first. Click right. Then
Cell
what?
properties.
Modify.
Merge cells.
See here, see the code. 1 in first row, and second row, 2 in the third row, 3 in the fourth row, and 4 in the fifth row. So they are separated from each other. When I click merge, they will become one cell. See, it's only one cell. Row span 4, right? Click right. Then
Now cell properties.
cell properties, change the width, change the height. Don't forget to change percent. We do not have pixels in this exam. If you do not this, you will face problems. What's the width?
40.
40. What's the height?
60.
60. Then click OK. Width 40, height 60. Okay. I think this one, maybe I can use a different color to show you. Okay. This one, 30, 20. This one, same, right? This one 30, 20, this one same. So this one, and this are all 30 width, 20 height. Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so let's do them all at once instead of doing them separately. I will just select this one and this one. Hold on control in the keyboard and select this one and this one. Am I selecting the correct cells?
Yes.
Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we need to span? No.
No.
We just need to change the width and the height. So cell properties, width, height, percent. What do you put in the width? 30. The height? 20. So 30, 20, 30, 20, 30, 20, 30, 20. Perfect. Come to the next one. Okay, what about these cells here?
The EF and IG.
This one, EF and IG. They are the same, right?
Yeah.
What's the width and the height?
The height is 10% for all of them, and the width is 30%.
Yeah, the width is 30% and the height is 10% for all of them, right? So we will do the same thing. I will select these two together and these two together. Although you need to click control, right? 1, 2, control, 1, 2. Now you are selecting 1, 2, 1, 2, 4 cells. Click right. Make sure that you are selecting the correct cells, okay? Cell properties, width, height, percent, 30 and 10, and then okay. 30, 10, 30, 10, 30, 10, 30, 10. Perfect. We still have one cell only, which is this one, right?
Yeah.
The width is
The
100
width is 100.
and the height is
25.
and the column is 3. Column span is 3. Okay.
Yes.
So as I told you, we start first with the span, right? So select the 3 cells, click right, then modify, merge. So it becomes column span 3. Let me do it again. So how many cells do we have? 3. When you click right, modify, merge, it becomes 1 cell, but the column span is 3, meaning that it's originally 3 columns. After merge, it becomes 1 cell. Okay, then click right, cell properties, width, height, percent, 100 and
25.
25. 125.
Teacher, do we need to apply after we put the height and the width? Or just
Yeah, all height and width. This is why to ask you to start the span first. If there is a span, start with the span.
After we do it, do we need to press apply or just okay?
Okay, if you want, if you click apply, that means the dialog box will not be closed. Okay, so just click OK. Huh? Clear, right? So, okay, we still have here. Yeah, each table cell is identified with a letter. Some dimensions are shown. Some dimensions, not all, because the others can be figured, and we did that. These must be set as percentages, and I showed you how to do this, and not in pixels. Not in pixels, remember. The cell contents shown in the diagram must not appear. The content which is here in the cell must not be shown on your final web page. Actually, we do not have it. We have our table, but nothing inside it now, right? So we do not write these things inside. The table borders must not appear on the final web page. Actually, the borders are not shown, okay? And I will tell you how to make sure that the table borders are not shown, okay? Maybe I think we can click right. Table or cell properties? Table, right?
Table.
What are the borders? Do we have something here?
Yes, we have a tab called border.
Yeah, borders size 0, right? Size 0, and that's, I think by default it's not shown, right?
Yeah.
But you, how can we assure that it's shown in the? Okay, maybe you can make it 1 to see the effect first. Okay. Again, click right, table properties. If we make border 1, okay, apply. Okay, it will show the border like this. Oh, class auto style 1, and then here in the border style solid and the border width 1. Okay, I don't want that anyway. I will show you later on how to make this simple. Maybe you can remind me how to just put border equals 0 here. Okay, but now because it's not shown, let's just leave it as it is. The remaining steps we will inshallah do them tomorrow. We can start today practicing. We did the image processing using Photoshop, and we did insert the table into our web page. Tomorrow we will add the content, and this is what this is actually the issue that happened with your friends last year. When they add the images, they cannot control them because two big images inside the code. Or the issue was what they choose pixels, and the image should be shown as percentages. Okay, let's do this tomorrow, but if you can do it today, download the paper. It's already with you from last week if you practiced. Already the source material are there. Start at least doing the steps that we did today. Do you have any question? Raif, have you taken the attendance, Raif? Basil is here, or Arik? Yeah, please,
Alex
Basil.
is not here.
One of you send me the attendance. I think Sanad is here also. Oh, no need to send me the attendance. You are all 3 students. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.